This is the Tech Phantom.
Hello.
How are you? Today I'm going to be showing you all of the new equipment for Dark Souls PC, the extended content, at least all the equipment I was able to find. Let me know in the comments what I missed and what I get wrong. I apologize if I don't have all of the stats and all of the attributes for the weapons correct, but I do have some of the stats listed in the picture-in-picture. And that was me apologizing because I forgot to equip an arrow, so I could not shoot Goff's Great Bow. Speaking of Goff's Great Bow, it's a little bit of a disappointment. It has very high strength and dexterity requirements, but it's not really that much better than the Dragon Slayer Great Bow. The Dragon Slayer bow is actually lighter too, and Goff's Great Bow has better strength scaling, but I think they're both going to top out at about the same. I don't think Goff's Great Bow is going to be that much better. The armor is not going to look good on your character unless you have a very large obese character. I'm playing with a slim character, and as you can tell, the armor just does not look very good. You're also looking at the four-pronged plow in action in the picture-in-picture, and that's the weapon that the scarecrows use. It's not a very viable weapon, but it is a drop. The scarecrows also have the shears, but I don't know if the shears drop. Alright, let's talk about the carvings, and this is going to allow you to communicate with each other in PvP. This is a great idea that From Software implemented. There are 4 carvings. There's one. Let's listen to the other ones.
I'm sorry. Hello. Hello. Thank you.
So I found 4 carvings so far. I don't know if there are more carvings.
Thank you.
I found 2 as drops, and I bought the other 2 from Goff. So let's now talk about the Guardian set and the Bloated head. The Bloated head is what the enemies and Ulysseal Township look like, and it's a drop and you can wear it, so I'm showing it. The Guardian set is basically the same as the Stone set. The torso piece is a little bit lighter, the head piece is a little bit heavier, and it does have better magic resistance than the Stone set, which makes sense because we're in Ulysseal. But it's basically the same as the Stone set, and it can be tweaked and interchanged with it. Alright, you're looking at the Obsidian Greatsword in action. This is probably the best weapon you're going to find in the extended content, and by best I mean the most useful weapon, not the strongest weapon or anything like that. Although it does do 480 physical damage after you've maxed it up with Dragon Scale, and it has the Schooled Knockback strong attack. It has requirements of 20 strength and 18 dexterity, so with relatively low strength and dexterity requirements, you can do a lot of physical damage. And it's actually at the base level of 20 and 18, it's a stronger weapon than the Black Knight Sword, the Great Lord Greatsword, and the Claymore. Alright, I can't say the same thing about the Abyss Greatsword. It looks cool, but it's really a disappointment. It weighs 9 units. You need 22, 18, 18, and 18. So you do need intelligence and faith to wield it. It has a cool R2 strong attack, as you can see here, but it is not a very powerful sword. It is actually at base level. It is not as good as the Dark Knight, the Black Knight Sword. It's not as good as the Great Lord Greatsword. It's not even as good as the Claymore, and it's certainly not as good as the cursed version of the Arturia's Greatsword. This is the new Pyromancy. I think it's called Dark Bead. It has a knockback effect, so this could be a PvP strategy to go up to your enemy and try to knock his shield away with this Pyromancy. And that was the Silver Pendant, which will dispel some of the dark magic. Might be useful for the Calamite boss fight if you're able to get the timing right. And the rest of the Artorias set you can purchase from Damo after beating Artorias. By the way, the Artorias, the sword, the Abyss Greatsword, you need Artorias' soul and you need a +10 Greatsword to make it. This is Sharon or Charon's armor set. Also the Cleansing Great Shield, which you get when you save Baby Sif, and also the Manus Catalyst. And you make the Manus Catalyst with the Soul of Manus and a normal Catalyst at a blacksmith. So the Catalyst is basically the reward if you've beaten the boss for the downloadable, for the extended content, which is a Manus, and that is a very, very tough boss fight, but it is fun. And it has a pretty good one-handed strong attack, the Catalyst. So it does 190 physical damage. By the way, the Catalyst, it's like the Tin Crystallization Catalyst. It will reduce your castings in half, but it will increase your magic attacks quite a bit. It also has very, very high magical adjust and magic scaling. It also scales a little bit with strength. So this might be a better catalyst than the Tin Crystallization Catalyst. I don't do a lot of magic builds, so you guys let me know what you think about this catalyst. As far as the armor, it's pretty good. It has good resistances all around. I mean, okay physical resistance after you've maxed it out with Twinkling Titanite. But it has good elemental resistances. It has curse resistance. It has poison resistance. So it's a good light set. I mean, it's not going to be better than some of the other sets that are out there, but it is a cool looking set too, especially if you like to role play with the female characters. And I do like the porcelain mask, the headpiece on this armor set. All right, this is the Gold Tracer and the Dark Silver Tracer. The Gold Tracer is actually the more interesting of the two weapons. The dagger does do very, very high critical damage, higher than the Bandit's Knife. But what's cool about the Gold Tracer is that it's going to make PvP dual wielding more viable, and that is because it can be equipped on the left hand like it is here, and instead of blocking, you actually do attacks with the normal attack and with the strong attack, and you do some cool attacks that actually use up quite a bit of space, so you can close in on your opponent. And you can just imagine dual wielding two Gold Tracers, or having a Uchigatana, or maybe a Falchion on the right hand and the Gold Tracer on the left hand. And when you put the Gold Tracer on the right hand, like I'm doing right now, you could see that the animation is a little bit different. By the way, you also saw a little bit of Elizabeth's mushrooms. You get 4 of these per playthrough. One is you can find in Royal Woods, and 3 is a reward for saving Dusk by defeating Manus. And the mushroom will actually do a timed effect. I think it's 30 seconds, where it will keep replenishing your life. So I'm going to try to do a the Lord Wind boss fight with Elizabeth mushrooms and perhaps the Abyss Greatsword. The Abyss Greatsword is basically a better version of the Drake Sword. Alright, this is the last weapon I'm going to talk about. It's the Guardian Tail. You get it when you cut the tail of the Sanctuary Guardian. It's basically a whip, but it will poison your enemies. So in PvP, if you want to be really obnoxious, you can start off the fight with Toxin Pyromancy, and when your enemy heals, you can follow up with the Guardian Tail, and you can try to poison him. Alright, so that was the new equipment in Dark Souls.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the Tech Phantom signing off.